Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 89 of the Casual Weebs podcast. Absolute insane week. If you didn't see, last week we did drop the kind of preview to the winter season. Let me just say, it is absolutely stacked. I heard since then, I'm kind of excited for this, that Black Clover is actually coming in January. If you're a fan of Black Clover, I bet you're definitely excited for this new season. It is going to be absolutely insane. We heard 2026, but apparently it has been now confirmed that it is going to be like on January 4th. So we're getting it super early. So I am so stoked. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. There's also like two romances that I saw, but I forgot to kind of like bring up. One of them is called Taman's B-Side, which is like an idol anime. It's like a romance comedy. Actually seems pretty good. This girl's like a huge fan of this one idol. Like she obsesses over him, and I think she like works like odd jobs. Ends up working for him, and ends up realizing in real life, like behind the camera, that he's actually like super insecure, shy, no confidence, just an absolute fucking mess. And she's like, I have to get this guy's life to fucking together, as well as being like,
Yeah.
this is the guy that I like. This is absolutely insane. Also, I heard In the Clear Moonlight Dusk is also really good. It's about this girl who's like the prince of the school, and everyone kind of like looks at her like that. But like the popular dude who's also the prince ends up kind of catching feelings for her. So we have a romance comedy and a romance that seemed pretty good as well. So January seems really stacked, especially with a very, very stacked winter season to start it off. But also, guys, Gachiakuta Season 2 has been confirmed. We are back. I don't know when it is going to be dropping, but hopefully soon. With that being said, to celebrate this week, we are dropping the Gachiakuta manga video. We're getting into it. We're going to be talking about a lot of the manga up until the most recent arc, because this most recent arc is absolutely insane. It is kind of like at its peak right now, so it's kind of like a weird time to do it, but like we're really excited, so it's going to be a ton of fun. And we're going to be doing kind of like chapter reactions, like whenever these massive chapters kind of drop, because again, it is at its peak and it is fucking killing it. But let's talk about Gachiakuta. I was crying this episode. I think that like we really took a step back, kind of went to like a chiller episode where it was just nothing but comedy, and I was all for it. It was so fucking funny. The car scene had me dying when they just roll down the windows and they're all just like, "Yeah, what's up?" With the shades.
And the way they set that up is fucking hysterical too, because
Mm-hmm.
you have this like guy who's like clearly looking for a lawsuit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
jumps out in front of the car, fakes an injury, and Engine couldn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, I won't even, go hit this doctor that I know. I won't even charge you the referral fee. Like really well done. But yeah, they all got like the shades on. They're bumping tunes. It was like, nice. It's like the first like calm kind of chill moment, like you said, we've had in quite a few episodes.
And what a huge clippable moment too, because I'm seeing like it all over the place where someone's like taking that little scene and like looping it and then putting a song over it in the background where the boys are
But
just
yeah,
fucking bumping, and it's just so fucking funny. Absolutely loved it. But even the whole scene with Zanka was really cool. You know, we see again Rudo, the kind of a disconnect of him being a spherite, where he's like, hey, like, can we go bring him flowers? And like, flowers? The fuck are you gonna do that for? And like, oh, it's like a tradition up there. Like that's really cool. That's like pretty sweet. Like, yeah, let's do it. So they end up going and seeing him, and that was like a whole mess. I mean, even Zanka kind of like addresses the elephant in the room, where like the only person who got folded was him, the only one. Everyone else is fine. Everyone else has like minimal damage, you know. And he talks about how he has to like overcome that and like how he has to handle that. And then we also have, who is it, Remy, who comes back and is like, "Hey, I kind of fucked up. I'm sorry." And like, to be honest, that's such her character. It's so fucking funny how she's like, "Yeah, I got bored when I was doing the the designs that make it so you don't take a death blow. You know, something that's like, I guess kind of important. I guess could save your life. And I made yours a meme. Like, my bad, bro." And it's just like,
that scene was so good, dude.
bro, had me crying. And I love how he was like, cool with it too. She's like, "Hey, do this," and he does it, and it like knocks him out. And I'm like, bro.
Everyone's just like, yo, what the fuck? And like where Remy's explaining it too, and she looks over and like the dude's just glaring at him. Super, super funny. And like it was kind of the first time we saw Zanka like relax and like kind of laugh about something, even though I feel like him and Rio were really the only ones that had like an actual like serious fight to the
Yeah.
death type thing. So like you can't really fault Zanka there. And yeah, we've discussed before how he kind of always goes up against like somebody pretty tough or like OP.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see Rudo like trying to extend that favor to him, like bringing him the flowers and stuff. Everybody kind of like got a kick out of it. But yeah, it was nice to see Zanka like kind of relax, and like everybody is kind of taking like that deep breath after this whole crazy trash beast arc.
Well, everyone's reaction too to that was so funny, because she's sitting there like petrified, like, "Oh my god, like, I'm so sorry, please, I'm about to get killed for this, like, I'm in a lot of trouble." You know, the person with her is like, "Yo, tell him what happened, like, this is serious." Engine's trying not to piss his pants. Engine looks away, and is trying so hard not to die crying of laughing. And Ruto's mortified. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what do you guys do here on the ground? Like, this is insane. And you have Zanku who's dying laughing too, where he's just like, I'm just done. Like, this has never happened to me before.
Sums it up.
I don't know how to react. This is a disaster. It's like, yeah, this is Gachiakuta at his finest.
At its finest, dude. And once you get like the backstory with Zanka and like his family, like it's definitely like a common running point in like the manga. We've gotten a little bit more of it recently too. You can understand why he finds it so funny and like kind of the importance there. You know, he's got like a better family and like friendship type situation. So yeah, really, really good moment. A ton of funny moments in this episode. And like you said, definitely Gachiakuta at its best. Like you have those awesome fight scenes and like, you know, the typical shonen moments that we all love, but also like the camaraderie and like funny stuff in between.
Yeah, like dude, the last episode's next week, and I'm just not ready for it. Like
So
I
true.
don't want it to happen. I forget like what this episode's really gonna cover, but like what a run, what a fucking season. Again, we're confirmed season 2. I'm so stoked for that, and I cannot wait. But damn, what a great season 1. There's gonna be a hole in my heart every Sunday now when we don't have Gachiakuta. Like genuinely, it's gonna be so tough. So absolutely incredible season. Another anime that is coming to its like season finale here. Tougen Anki. What did you think of that episode? I had mixed feelings. I'm not gonna lie.
I liked the death scene. I like the whole time,
Yeah.
and I know I've said this like the past couple weeks. It is like the ultimate old school shonen pacing. It's slow as fuck. Like they drag a lot of shit out, but in a way, I do kind of like get nostalgia from that because it keeps you coming back week to week.
Yeah.
But the death with the I don't know what you want to call him. I forget what his name is. The guy with the eye ability.
Yeah.
Like the total asshole. Awesome death scene. Like definitely, you know, he just gets his throat slit. You know, he's like choking and dying. They give him like this prolonged scene. It was like very good for a very shitty, horrible character. You know what I mean? Guy was just like a complete user of people. So I feel like he got his. It was like some good justice there. But yeah, the kind of like the first clash with Mikado and Shiki, it was alright. It felt like a little dull. I didn't really like think it was that important, but it kind of like I guess is supposed to showcase like the difference in like how far Shiki has to go with his abilities, which given he really just discovered them not that long ago.
Dude, I think that one guy's death scene, the shaved head and the eye ability, kind of like redeemed him a little bit. Like last episode sucked. You know what I mean? He was a pussy,
Yeah.
doing nothing but run. It was like, dude, I can't stand you anymore. Like, you seemed actually pretty cool in the beginning of the season. Like, all right, like, death scene was perfect because his throat getting slit was just fucking badass. That was so sick.
The little knife like on the finger was like, ooh, that's like kind of an insult. Kugisaki, nasty.
And it was like quick too, and like it was his revenge. Like, this is what you get for torturing me, motherfucker. This is what you get for using me. Like, let's go. Like, put him down.
So true, bro.
Dude, it was great. And we got his backstory a little bit too, and it's like, okay, we kind of like understand him a bit. Like, actually, like I kind of get that. You know, everyone else has like these combat abilities. Like, he doesn't. He was just using what he had. You know, you kind of like understand him a bit. You know, then he dies, and it's like, all right, awesome consequences. You know, whenever characters die in an anime, it's a huge dub, in my opinion. Like, I absolutely love that. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
This was beautiful. Well, fucking tie the bow on, you know, perfect. The Mikado fight was just dog shit. It was just the complete opposite. Because it was like, they keep, like showing him as, like, this insane Momotaro. Where, like, he's a prodigy, he's so goated, he's insane. And, like, all he did the entire time was just talk about, like, I can't trust you anymore, Shiki. Like, you burnt the schools down in the hospitals. And Shiki's like, I didn't do that. And he's, yes, you did. Don't you dare fucking tell me otherwise. He's like, I didn't. I just showed up trying to stop it. He's like, that's a fucking lie. I can't trust you anymore. I'm like, dude, Mikado, like, shut the fuck up. I never hated a character more than I hate him. He is so fucking annoying. He wouldn't believe anything Shiki said. He's so, like, the self-righteous prick who, like, is so fucking, like you can't, like, stubborn. Like, you can't change his mind. It's like, bro, like, what proof do you have? Like, what proof? The one dude with the eye ability told you so, and you're just gonna believe his word like it is like gospel? Like, this is insane. So, like, I felt like that is what is so fucking annoying, because I got so hung up over that, and that was the entire fight. It was him being like, Shiki, I can't trust you anymore, and Shiki's like, bro, it wasn't me. And then he attacks him, and he's like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, I will take you down for what you did, and he's like, I didn't do anything. And he's like, don't lie to me. Like, that was the entire episode. I'm like, bro, I end the episode. Like, I'm done. Just get to the actual fight, because, like, this is absolutely pissing me off. It's so annoying. I hope Mikado gets fucked up. Like, genuinely gets fucked up. I want him to not have a death scene. I want him to have that scene where, like, he's dragging his dead body and like, oh, is he gonna like die or something? Like, I want pain, bro. I want pain. I can't stand him. I'm so heated.
Dude, I love it. Nah, like his like emotional outburst, basically all in hearsay from his like partner or captain. I don't quite remember their dynamic, but his partner, who is clearly like the biggest piece of shit we've met in the series so far, the most conniving and untrustable guy.
Yeah.
and he literally takes his word as Bond and completely, crushes this like connection that was so deep with him and Shiki. And
Not
Shiki's
yet
just like,
deep, I
dude, what the fuck?
guess.
Like, he's like, yeah, yeah. Like, do you even remember like meeting me? Like, did you know from the start? And he's just like, no. How the fuck would I know that? You know what I mean? Like,
He's like, liar.
it,
It's like, bro. Even Shiki's
dude,
like, what the fuck do you want from me?
and it's kind of frustrating because like even the like the stealth sensei dude like
Mhm.
on Mikado's level is kind of like, or not Mikado, Mudano. He's like watching in another building like off in the distance. He's just like lazy Mikado, saying how great he is and like he's this prodigy, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And basically all we got was like an emotional outburst. And like you kind of get the difference in their like abilities. Like he can make multiple guns compared to Shiki, but Shiki just really hasn't tried or gotten forced to do that stuff yet.
Yeah.
So like you can kind of see what's coming, but yeah, very frustrating. Hopefully the payoff is really good because it's tough listening to a character it's just like genuinely wrong and like won't even have a conversation with him about it, even though they were such deep and close friends from the like 2 or 3 times they hung out.
And dude, that's the thing. You could have written this so much better. Like, so much better. And they just didn't. And it's like, bro, you took something that was like a layup that was just right there for you, and you absolutely shit the bed. Like, if they could have, like, changed it just a little bit, it could have just been, like, actually, like, a really good, like, arc. A really good kind of, like, come to an end type of thing here. And it would have been, like, great. But it's just an absolute mess. And, like, it's crazy, too, because they keep bringing up the fucking moon. They did it again. Like, we had that one confession in Murano's fight, but then
Yeah,
they bring it up here.
bro.
We're like, the moon was beautiful yesterday, but now it's clouded. Like, kind of like signifying like our friendship was so good, but now it's over. And I'm like, oh my god, you guys are fucking drama
Cringe,
queens.
bro.
Like,
That
what the
was so
fuck?
cringy. At least in the Mudano fight, like you knew it was like, you know, um, like hyperbolic. Like he was just trying to like,
Yeah.
say how excited he was to fight. This was just
Mhm.
some like corny confession. Like, oh, my friendship is crushed, but I won't hear a single word you have to say about it. All right, Mikado, shut the fuck. Might be the only character who's maybe more immature than Shiki and like his couple buddies.
Bro, he has to be like one of the most mature characters in anime. Like mixed. He's like having this absolute childlike temper tantrum, and he's acting like the most dramatic, emotional like ex girlfriend ever. And it's like, dude, like you gotta like relax. Like he needs to get hit a couple of times to like snap out of it because like he's losing his fucking mind. And I'm losing my mind having to listen to his shit. Like, bro, you showed me the one panel. I know this fight gets insane. I know next episode's gonna hit, but like,
Yeah,
what a
definitely.
shitty, like, like, I don't know, what a shitty like getting to that point. It's just a
And
mess.
I feel like it kind of took away from the guy with the eye ability. I feel like it took away from his death because like after you watch that, you're just like, ugh. Like yeah, bad
That's the
start to it. You kind of forget about it. Like definitely takes away from the episode. And like I think the following episode it'll bounce back. It'll be
mhm.
sick. It'll be like the shit you like about it. But yeah, it definitely doesn't feel good.
Yeah, like it's gonna come to a good end. It's gonna be like, all right, fuck yeah, like we're gonna be here for season two. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, all right, you got me.
Yeah,
But like, I don't know. I feel like to do with the eye, like his moment, his scene, is the only reason why I ended up finishing the episode. I ain't gonna lie. I fell asleep halfway through that fight. I was like, bruh, like it was just so boring. His moment was the only reason I was like staying there. I'm like, all right, like I have hope for the rest of this episode. So it doesn't take it away, sure, but I think at the same time too, it's the only like thing that carried the app. It was the only thing that got people through it was his moment.
and like it's easy to say like with the foresight of knowing what comes in the manga, like oh yeah, it's sick. But like yeah, week to week, if you have no idea what's coming, definitely can be a drag. Like I said, it has that like old school shonen pacing, which is kind of funny in a way, but yeah, definitely a drag week to week sometimes.
Yeah, that's like the insane thing. Like with these old school shonens, they are really really good at like when you binge them. Like if you watch week to week, dude, they kind
Yeah,
of like we're talking about Black Clover, how it's gonna be in January. Low key, especially because how busy January is, like winter season is. I might not watch it and just watch it in spring. You know what I mean? Because like it's one of those things where it just like Black Clover's so much better. Like when you can just binge like 20 eps, 30 eps, and it's like all right, like fuck yeah, like that just feels like
so true.
week to week, it just doesn't have the pacing to keep you going. You kind of forget what happens, you know what I mean? And then there's better stuff. So, like, well, first of all, I hope Black Clover's gonna be more than just like 12 episodes or something. Usually, it kind of goes on a bit of a tear whenever it drops. So it might be into the summer season. I end up binging it. But like, it's just one of those things where I think Tougen Anki, if you're watching it week to week, it is so much harder. But like, if you're like, let me give Tougen Anki a try, as the season comes to a close here and you haven't seen it yet, I feel like it's a way better watch, and it's gonna be way easier to get through.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And like I feel like a lot of animes like that, it's easier if you can just kind of binge it and like enjoy it, and
Hmm.
understand the story like in full in a shorter setting. Togen Anki, Togen Anki definitely fits into that. I know I keep like tripping over my words. It definitely fits better into that category, and like there's a lot of anime I feel like that does benefit from being watched in like a shorter setting. Not necessarily to say binge it, but yeah, I would definitely put that there because it is a drag week to week. Black Clover, I can, I feel the same way about. Like I watched it basically binging it over the course of a couple weeks, and
Yep,
like,
same.
and it was awesome. I love it, but definitely would have been different through like the filler, like slower episodes, where you're like, every single week. And like we kind of get back to that with some of this stuff like we've watched this year, last year. So I definitely feel you, but I wouldn't say don't get into it, especially now that you could watch like the full season. It might be
Hmm.
worth checking out if you haven't yet.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we get a confirmation of like season two, and we can kind of get that trailer to kind of also get people excited. Like that'd be cool too. Like I've already kind of seen stuff for Gachiakuta, which is insane, and I'm like yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm ready. Like let's go. Like this is gonna be so fucking good.
dude, I know. I'm super excited for it. I think there's a lot to be like excited for,
Hmm.
especially having read the manga. Like I feel like it's definitely one of those like next major series. So I'm hyped for that. Togen Anki, I think, has a lot of like potential, but the pacing is very slow and like a training arc could feel very slow and lethargic for next season. If you catch my drift.
Damn. But that is the cool thing when it comes to like pacing and like Gachiakuta. Like bro, we have so much more to go. When you talk about it being like the next big thing, it 100% is. Because it also has like the amount of content you need, but also it's not even close to being done. I can 100% see this be like a 600 chapter manga with how much like we have to look forward to with like the pacing of everything we've gotten so far, but also how they keep bringing up like these insane things. Like the information pro grok is insane. The arc we're in now is insane. Like it's incredible. But speaking of pretty solid mangas and another series that's coming to a season finale, may I ask for one final thing? I just looked it up. It does have 13 episodes. And next week is the finale. I was wondering if it was going to put us on that cliffhanger. They're not,
It's
which is
about to
good.
be so sick. I did have to look it up. I was like, all right, this is about to be some Dan level bullshit if we end this season here. But thankfully, we're not gonna.
I low key think they should have. I low key think it should have been 12 episodes and they just walked away. I feel like that would have been like damn good. I'm not gonna lie.
I guarantee you it would have got me to come back. Like I would
Hmm.
probably check out a season 2 regardless, just because this season's been great.
Yeah,
But I would have been like, all right, I'll see you in a year or however long it takes, motherfucker. I need the conclusion of this right now.
dude. But we even kind of called that last episode. So what ended up happening is like the one servant dude who's like part beast guy, like he was messing with the prince. We even said like, oh, I wonder what he's doing. Like his one final act for this fucking bitch heroine. Like what's going on here?
Yeah.
Turns out he's putting her under her curse. So now he's like switched sides here, and I'm like, oh, this is a fucking mess. Low key, when he shot that fireball, why didn't Scarlet just grab her and use her as a human shield? That's what I would have done. Like she was right there, and that would have been mad funny.
And Scarlett's not above that either. She really wouldn't care.
Hmm.
I thought that was like a cool twist. I kind of like that, like the setup for the finale.
Yeah.
I thought the like royal knight that the prince fights right before that very anticlimactic. Bro
Oh my
literally just
god,
lets
yes.
himself get folded just to like set up the prince getting charmed. It's like, all right, Julius basically has like a no diff fight with this guy, even though you're supposed to be like the highest level of like knight or swordsman or whatever.
Hmm.
I was a little disappointed in that, but otherwise, um, to your point, like the pink haired girl Terranetsa didn't get her ass kicked nearly enough.
That's what I'm
I was
saying,
like,
bro.
yo, way too short of an interaction. I need a little bit of an ass beating right there for everything that they've been through so far.
Dude, exactly. Like I need a couple of punches. I need some blood kind of coming down the face, a little broken nose.
Yeah,
Like she
yeah.
needs she needs to get her licks in, bro. She's been like out of control. Like, are you kidding me? Like when she grabbed her by the hair, I'm like, oh, she could like throw her through a wall, and I'm like, damn, Scarlett's really rubbing off on us, isn't she? Right? Like the whole violence where it's like, yes.
Beat her ass, Scarlett. And it's like some little like pink haired girl. You're like, she's got her by the hair. I literally thought, yeah, she was either gonna go like full Rudo mode or like, yeah, just throw it through the wall. And it was like, all right, I see what we're doing here. We have an episode 13. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Go full Rudo mode. That's insane.
I mean, be kind of justified after this pilgrimage that we've been through.
But dude, like you're right though. Like this episode really is an insane setup for the finale because it's like, all right, Scarlet kind of like got the edge against the pink haired girl, which she's like, all right, I'm way faster than you. Your barrier kind of sucks. You're inexperienced. That's where I'm gonna beat you every fucking time is experience. So she kind of like gets her cornered. Then we end up finding out the prince has been like charmed, and now he ends up betraying Scarlet. So now they have to fight, which is gonna be insane because you got to remember at school, Scarlet never beat him like in a genuine battle in anything in academics, physicality, Like, this fight's actually going to be insane. She's actually going to be, like, tested and pushed to her limits. I'm hoping he kind of likes her enough where he can, like, break the charm, and I think that's what happened. But we also have the setup for the actual betrayal. We have the setup where Diana might be getting her powers back, like, next episode, you know what I mean? Because that's where Scarlet was going to go drag the pink-haired girls, be like, hey, you gotta go give her powers back, you know what I mean, type of shit, which is why she didn't, like, beat the hell out of her. So I feel like next episode is gonna be awesome. It was a great build-up this episode for it, but it's like, yeah, low-key, like, just dropping off that cliffhanger. Like, I'm excited for season 2 regardless, like, I'm stoked for it, but I would have been, like, feral for season 2, be like, hey, we're not waiting, like next week, in January, next season, right?
Winter follow-up? No, I would have been with you. I think it's setting up super good, and, like, there's still a lot for this episode to unravel, so I think it'll be, like, pretty action-packed. But yeah, regardless, I would definitely watch a season 2, and I think it's setting up for an awesome finale. And definitely, I mean, I've seen it trending a couple weeks. I wouldn't say it's like a total sleeper, but definitely one of the better, more low-key animes we thought coming into the season. I've really enjoyed this.
There's been a couple of animes that people have, like, really been enjoying this season. Like, this season has been pretty stacked. It's one of those things where, like, I feel like, I forget what it was. It was one of, like, the previews earlier this year, and someone was commenting, talking about how, like, they thought anime was dead and how there's just not anything good. Like, if you don't like anime right now, you just kind of are probably just burnt out. Probably have just kind of, like, moved away from it, because it's insane just how stacked every fucking season is. Like, this season has been phenomenal, and when you look at the numbers, like, where you're able to look at the numbers, like, it seems like a lot of people agree. It seems like a lot of people are watching a lot of different animes. Like, may I ask for one final thing? It's got movement. Like, it is doing numbers. Tougen Anki as well is doing pretty well too. It has, like, attraction. You know what I mean? Like,
I want to say
definitely bringing it up.
Gachiakuta is super popular, but the assassin anime, and I know isekais are kind of popular, but I feel like the assassin anime had a lot of like weeks where it was trending. It feels like that was really popular too.
So, okay, so it's hard to, like, get numbers of what's popular, right? Because, you know, you have
Yeah,
pirated sites, you have all over the place. So one of the things that we kind of, like, always look at is how many reviews it gets on Crunchyroll. You know what I mean? So you can kind of see how many people are watching enough to the point where they're like, hey, I'm going to put a review on this. So funny enough, the Assassin anime, my status as an assassin, obviously exceeds the heroes.
Yeah.
It has 42K reviews. To put that in comparison, May I Ask for One Final Thing has 27K, and Tougen Anki has 31K.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Not to mention,
like more,
it's rated
definitely more popular than I
4.7.
thought.
Yeah, and it's rated higher than Tougen Anki. Tougen Anki is only 4.5, yeah. So it's rated higher than... And Maybe Ask for One Final Thing, there's 4.8. So not as many people are watching it, but people are watching it like, yo, this fucking slaps.
Yeah, true that. And, like, it's always tough to, like, break the mold of, like Tougen Anki, is it the best shonen out? Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. But, like, it's a battle shonen, people will watch it. I'm literally the target audience, and had me read, like, 200 chapters of manga, so there you go. It worked. But, like, it's nice to see that people are, like, not just watching, but also enjoying, like, some of the more, like, low-key animes for, like, the season.
Dude, I completely agree. And that's the thing where it's going to be fun for next year in January, because January is, like, all the heavy hitters. There's all the big names, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not enjoying winter season of anime, like, yeah, bro, you just grew out of it. You're just maybe burnt out. Like, it makes sense, but, like, it is just that stacked. Like, anime of the year in 2026 is in January. It has to be. There's just so many that are actually goated. So I'm super stoked. Hope you guys are too. I mean, it's gonna be insane, bro. It's only a couple of weeks. Like, it starts like January 3rd or 4th. A lot of these drop, which is crazy.
That first week is gonna be sick. We're gonna be so back, dude. Mm-hmm. Not that I mean, it's not like we've had a down season or anything bad, but January's gonna be crazy. So exactly like you said, if you're an anime fan, there's never been like a more exciting time, I think, to watch anime.
Dude, I'm so excited for 2026. It's gonna be awesome. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are ready, you know, for the season finales. Because I feel like some of them are gonna have some scenes where we're gonna be like, yo, we're gonna have some cliffhangers. Definitely. It's gonna be insane. But also, hope you guys are ready for the winter season, because it is going to be absolutely incredible. Again, if you want to know what's coming out into winter season, we dropped that video. It's going to be linked at the end of this. And then also, the Gachiakuta manga video is dropping later this week. That is going to be so much fun. So we've been holding back each and every week of, like, spoilers. Now we can finally talk about it. It's going to be great. That is it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Later in the